Morning world. I hope you're smiling and I hope you're happy because you know it confuses the enemy. Look behind me. That tells me free electricity. Or to the cynical ones, cheaper. What a beautiful morning. And whilst on my morning chores, my morning rounds and wanderings with the dogs, my thinking time, some will say planning time, but it's my thinking time, thinking what I'm going to do. And yes, well, quite a lot I'm going to try and get done today. There's a place about 3 miles away from me where I'm able to have pallets. So I want to go and get some more pallets because we want to build more raised beds. Because this year I mean, you obviously I wasn't here doing this last year, but last year, and I will at some point try and find some photographs and see if we can get some up as to try and match seasonally. But I won't be growing as much produce this year as I did last year because of the health issue. It's more about trying to future-proof myself here on my land, where as opposed to planting produce, my time and effort is more into creating this raised gardening affair. Hence going to get some more pallets. As pallets aren't around these parts, they are not as readily available as they may be in towns, etc., and more built up areas. I think people around here value, well, I'm going to say think, they do, they value things a little differently, and a pallet has a resale value, even though it might only be a couple of pounds. But when I have and getting and want many, I mean, just for the 4 raised beds that I want to create with pallets, that's 6 pallets per raised bed. So that's 24 pallets. 24 pallets by 2, that's £48. Well, it's only £48. That's £48. That £48 will feed me and my girls for a week. So where would I rather spend my £48? So when I have the option, and yes, it is for the cynical ones, it is costing me a small amount of fuel. Probably, if you want to be that correct, it's probably about, well, it's either 6 miles, it's on 4, it's a quarter of a gallon. It's probably costing me about a litre of fuel, which today's market is, I don't know, 150, 155 a litre. So for the price of 1 pallet, I shall be collecting whatever they have. Sometimes it might only be 6 pallets. Sometimes it might be 26 pallets, but I can take 26 pallets in the big trailer. So sometimes it works out that my pallet is extremely cheap, sometimes not oh so cheap, but still financially viable for me to do. And because a lot of people just, they burn them. I want to make, enjoy making things like that. So But every aspect of how I think, like this morning, oh, I'll go and get some pallets. It makes me think on how much money I'm saving or not spending, because the £48 is still going to be spent, but it'll be food for me and the girls, as opposed to old pallets that to some people have no use other than starting a fire. And that is how I have to look at life now. Yes, it is a conscious choice. It's not because I have to. Things like when you're scrolling on the internet and social media and all these adverts. Oh Christ, yes, they upset and wind us all up, all this and the other. They don't bother me. They're there, except that they're there. It's whether those adverts can drag you in, because that's what they're designed for, isn't it? After all, they're designed to drag you in, to give you the desire to want that said item. And I prioritise my world. That what do I need? I don't need no fancy suits. I don't need no fancy tops, no fancy jackets, no fancy boots, no fancy shoes. So if those adverts happen to be in front of me, they have no significance. But to some people, the attraction, it's almost as it's almost like an addiction. You could say an addiction. People, oh, I like that. I want that. Yeah, at times I've been guilty in the past. I'm not preaching, like I'm the cleanest man on the planet about these things. Yeah, of course I've done it. I've impulse bought stuff many, many times over the years. I'm not guilty. I'm as guilty as the next person. Part of choosing the alternative lifestyle that I now have, and you guys are now seeing, I had to be very conscious on my perception of everyday life and the week, the month and the year, as I've agreed now with what my work will be in the summer, so that I get my minimum of 52 days, maximum of 60, but minimum of 52, and I do that's over a 3-month period, and that money keeps me frugally alive until the following year, which is allowing me to get my chickens and things like this. There's my focus. My focus is to improve my life here, to future-proof my life here due to the health issues. None of us ever think we're going to have those issues. I didn't, hence why I hadn't future-proofed myself. We have to roll with the punches, per se. But yeah, going back to buying things, most of what we buy online in the shops, when we go there, apart from your food, and a lot of people waste an awful lot of money on that. There's a lot of what they buy, as soon as they see the sell-by date, they put it in the bin. There's been surveys on how much food actually gets bought and just wasted, which is a real pet hate of mine. I refuse to waste anything. If something, on the other occasions, I've not quite cooked as much chicken or not, and it's just starting to turn. Well, okay, I might not be too keen on eating it myself, but I will cook it thoroughly, and the girls will have it. I won't waste it, because their constitution is a lot better than mine. But most of the things that we buy online in the shops, other than just your food, the way I now look at that approach, because it's very convenient. Just go online, have a look. Oh yeah, great. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'll have that. Pom 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 pom. Done. So, you know, if it's on that Amazon, I don't even have an account with Amazon. I refuse. Yeah, it'll be here tomorrow morning. And people going, yeah, I've got this and got that. Ask yourself this one question. Will you still have that item in 10 years? 99% of the stuff you buy today, you won't have in 10 years. Gizmos, gadgets, anything that looks pretty, very little of what you buy today and potentially fritter money because, oh, that's nice, I like that. You won't have it in 10 years. Is it worth buying it today? A bit like the holiday souvenirs, all those lovely holiday items that you purchase when you're on holiday, you know, silly hats, you know, fancy footwear. You wear it when you're on holiday and it's like, yeah, this is great. And you take it home. Does it ever see the light of day again? No, because it's too bloody embarrassing. Certain things are meant to stay in certain places. But, so my running on donated legwear, still running just, mind you, these ones are really not long for this world now, but this was last year's pair and I'm getting close to halfway through this year. So if I've managed to get 18 months out of this pair and I can get 18 months out of the next pair, that's me saving 1 year, because normally it's 1 year, one pair. I have that game, I try to sort of look after them a little bit better until they get to this state, to try and get that little bit of longevity out of them, to try and save. I mean, £35. I don't know, so if I can save £35, yeah, it's only over 3 years, £10 a year. How many £10 a year? How many £10 can you save? That's the way I look at it. There's some in the modern world that like to fritter their money. Oh, you tight ass. So be it. I'll have the label. I'm the one that doesn't have to work from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock at night, 5, 6, 7 days a week. I have to work 7 days a week living here, but everything I do for me and my girls. And look at today. Got lots doing. Need to get the chainsaw up and running, so I've got a few bits I need to cut with that. I want to go and get the pallets. I tend to use that chainsaw for cutting the big stuff down to make it into a manageable cut, so that I can then go to using the battery powered chainsaw. And because when that battery goes flat, I recharge that up via the solar. That's petrol. No, it doesn't save a lot of money. That might save me. I might save myself again. That might be just £10 a year on fuel that I don't need to put in that. And just in this conversation, that's £20 a year, and that's without really trying to think hard. It's not that hard to pull your belt in to a certain extent. I know for an awful lot of you out there, and I have some friends that do seriously struggle because of how the cost of living crisis is, but they are and constantly and are actively trying to reduce, retrim their lives, and they work so hard to, one, stay alive, two, They work even harder because they want to actually make a difference to their lives. And a lot of people don't. So I admire them for that. And I respect them. Because, well, I do respect them. One of my best friends. Well, one of my best. They are my best friends. And but no, but they are on a mission to achieve. They will achieve. They do find it hard, and they are finding it extremely hard. But that's life, and I'm fortunate. But yeah, just bear in mind, people, that when you potentially want to buy something, oh, that looks nice. Talk yourself out of it. I do on a regular basis. I mean, I paid a lot of money for the battery chainsaw. A lot of money for what that is. I could have got 3 of these things for that. But I realised that the longevity, it would be a better purchase for me. It took me nearly 12 months to finally purchase it because my default mode is I don't need it. I've got one there, and I've got a little one that doesn't work as well, another petrol one. A friend of mine, a good friend of mine, gave to me. It's a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but it works. So why do I need that? Why do I need that? And I constantly was trying to talk myself out of buying. It's my new game, my new pastime. I went, oh, that's nice, could do one of them. No, you don't want one of them. And I'll constantly, and the amount of things I haven't actually bought and realised I didn't actually need because I managed to talk myself out of buying it. And that's how I live in this very frugal way, but I maximise my time here in my world with my girls. Is that worth sacrificing? Too damn right it is. Why do I want to fritter my money away on buying things online and having to work a lot of time and not seeing my girls on a regular basis and not being here on a regular basis? Didn't take too much to work out, people. Just remember, everybody can, oh okay, at different levels, everybody can achieve their goals, and everybody can save, even if it's just £10 a year. They do add up. Anyway, I need to finish my coffee because I've got to go and get some pallets, and I need to start my chainsaw up because I've got a tree that I need to move. But that's enough from me today. The girls are laying down over there on the veranda because they're sun monkeys, and they just go, oh yeah, it's the sun. But remember, people, the chicken logo up in that corner there, hopefully. I do thank you one and all for those who have, from the bottom of my heart, and those of you who are thinking, please, it's so important to me and it means the world, and it really is a life changer. These chickens, when I get them, I am going to be so proud, and you guys are probably going to get an awful lot of chicken videos. I will say sorry, but you're probably going to get a lot of them. And the comments, that is, and I genuinely, please, those comments, they really do. That's my connection to you guys. That's almost my connection to the outside world because of this sort of reclusive way that I choose to live. They really do mean the world to me. So please consider little comments, like, share, all the usual other stuff. Anyway, folks, this is a nice day, time to get on, get out, get things done. That's my day for me. Take care. See you soon. Ta-da for now. Ta-da.